I'm feeling a bit cheeky today. This one, bound to ruffle some feathers. Let's do it. Hello, my favorite people. Today we'll be ranking, as you saw from the title and the thumbnail, we'll be ranking your fave pop girlies. I'm going to be giving you my top 5, obviously with some honorable mentions because there's so much talent out there in the world right now. It is hard to just choose 5, but somehow I've been able to, and I'm going to list them. I'm always getting comments like, do you stand this person? Do you like this person? What's your favorite song here? Who's your favorite artist in this genre? What kind of music do you like, Favour? And that's to be expected. I have a music reaction channel. And so today I want to make it known and clear the slate, I guess you could say, and let you know how I'm feeling as of right now, the beginning of 2023. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, I'm always open to reacting to new stuff, to developing my palette of music and my ear. But as of right now, yeah, this is my opinion. And I always have to give a disclaimer when I do a video like this. Please do not get offended. This is just my opinion. And at the end of the day, none of these people, well, actually, I've been recognized a few times and acknowledged by Rihanna, Normani. I'm just waiting for that third Infinity Stone by Taylor Swift. So they don't know y'all, is my point. You don't have to fight to death for them. This is my opinion, and this is my channel, which I'm entitled to express in a video. Anyway, subscribe when you're here. Let me know what other content you want. I told y'all we are revamping. I'm giving you daily content. 2023 is my year, so just subscribe, stay tuned, follow me on Instagram because we're trying to get to 10K over there. That is my #1 goal with social media, and go ahead and check out all my other channels, Favour_Bera, and all my channels are right there. Without further ado though, let's get into the mess. So, top 5 pop girlies with honorable mentions at the end. My #1 spot, go ahead and guess down below right now. Who do you think my #1 spot is going to go to? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One and only. Right now, as of right now, my one and only. Come on! In my list, written next to Miss Taylor Swift, I have songwriting, relatability while being unrelatable. And we're going to have to talk about that because y'all love to act like she is not a capitalist, just like every other millionaire. Come on. Style, voice, and talent. When it comes to Taylor Swift, she is the entire package. She's not just a pop girly. She's an artist. She's a performer. She's a director. And her songwriting ability, the way she's able to make metaphors and have such deep meaning, and you have to try to understand and compute. And then she likes to play games with the Swifties and give little Easter eggshells and stuff for y'all to divulge and try to decode. Just being a part of this fandom so far has been so fun, and I don't think I've ever experienced something like this. The closest I've ever been to a fandom and stan experience, as it has been with the Swifties, is whenever I was deep into K-pop and was a K-pop stan. But since then, no one has done it for me this blonde-haired babe with the crystal blue eyes. I still hated Fearless. But other than that, Taylor can do no wrong to me. Again, songwriting, relating while being unrelatable. And when I say that, I mean, homegirl grew up wealthy. I've seen things and she tries to come off and seem like she came up, her upbringing was not my upbringing. When I tell you I grew up poor, water cut off, electric bill cut off, sometimes didn't really have anything to eat. I grew up poor. There's no way Taylor Swift grew up the same way I did. And yet I'm still able to relate to her. And even though she's a mega millionaire going on billionaire, she still feels like just another homegirl. You know what I'm trying to say? She's not another one of these Elon Musk types who just like to hoard their wealth, it seems. She seems like a down-to-earth, genuine person. And that makes me want to stand her even more and ride hard for her. Ride hard for her. We gotta come up with some different phrases, because what do you mean ride hard for her? What am I riding? I'm a child of God. #2 on my list though. 5, 4, go ahead and guess down below. 3, 2, 1. I don't know if y'all would get this one, but Lana Del Rey. If there's one artist on my Spotify who is on repeat all day, every day, it's Miss Lana. Because she's given just too much good content, and her sound is so one of one that it's if you're in that mood or if you want to hear something like that, you either have to put on a 1950s playlist or put on some Lana Del Rey. For Miss Lana, look at her face. There's just something ethereal and she's a siren in modern day times. She draws you in. For Lana Del Rey, I have depth, voice, and storytelling, just like Taylor too. Her storytelling, her writing, what comes to mind most for me whenever I talk about storytelling is the Lolita. Like, I thought it was just this cheeky girl who's kind of being taken advantage of, but also she's the one taking advantage of these men. And then I saw on TikTok that Lolita is actually a character. And I was like, wait a minute. So Lana Del Rey has written this intricate, detailed album about this character and applied it to, like, real woman experience. It's just so much deeper whenever you go beyond the surface level. And then her voice. She has this, like, husky, vintage essence about her, and it just feels so good to hear and listen to and experience. I'm just glad that I was born in the time of Miss Lana Del Rey. Like, seriously, finally crossing the threshold, and then out of the blue, who thinks of that? Only Lana. This is what I say, she's one of one. She's the only artist who could give something like that. And it hits so good every single time. Third on my list, I don't know if y'all would guess this one either, but SZA. Of course it's SZA. Control, I keep talking about this. At this point, y'all are probably sick of hearing it, but Control came at the perfect time for me because I could relate, and I was like in this pinnacle turning point from young adult to becoming an adult, and just like teenager to adult. So that album, Control by SZA, really has it. I think it made it easier for me to go through this passage of life in that time. For SZA, I have relatability, life lessons, showing the cycle of grief and emotion. And by showing the cycles of grief and emotion, like literally in her albums, you go through the stages of grief. Like 1 minute you're, I hate you, then you're, I love you, then I don't need you. And then it's like depressed, sad, happy, depressed. Like you go through all these different emotions through her work, and each song tells like a different emotion. And I like that with music, you can express yourself. Even like, I'm not very good with words. So I like that music can help me understand what I may be feeling, or can really personify what I'm not understanding as my experiences. SOS, I loved it. It was not as good in my opinion as Control, but at the end of the day, it was still a good album, and I'm just glad. Like you should be able to tell my top 3 by the albums I have on display from my reactions. So let's get into the ones that y'all probably won't be able to guess. Who do you think my 4th is? This may surprise you. Actually, it shouldn't surprise you. This actually surprised me, that the fact that this woman has abandoned me, Miss Rihanna, and yet I'm still devoted to her. She dropped Lift Me Up, and she did amazing with the soundtrack. Those braids are hitting, the boobs are sitting, the necklace is oof, the makeup, Miss Fenty. Yeah. In fact, the fact that she's so low on my list is kind of blasphemous. And the fact that Rihanna knows I exist and acknowledged me on Twitter, I will never forget that. But the reason Rihanna will forever have a chokehold on me is because of the Anti album. There's just something about the energy that thing has. If you haven't heard the Anti album, you need to go listen to it. But yeah, next to Rihanna, I literally have written, doesn't do music, but still on the list. Okay, so as you can tell, I have abandonment issues, and Rihanna has made them worse. But yet, I'm still loyal to her. So there's that. Number 5 on my top 5 is Melanie Martinez. Now, Melanie Martinez, she is someone, I wish she didn't take so long of a break, actually, from after school. I feel like with her, she's someone I want constantly to be dropping stuff, maybe once a year. Because her eras aren't just like a few month things. These are like for the whole year. So if I could get consistency from Melanie Martinez, like I would be so happy. For Melanie Martinez, next to her, I have Insane, Mind, and Themes, because they are. Like, if you're a crybaby, you know what I'm talking about. After school, K through 12, the fact that you're able to compare or use a metaphor to describe bulimia with orange juice, like, her mind is just insane. And then, like, it's so weird that it's interesting. Like, it's so out of pocket and odd that it just makes you, like, appreciate her and what she's able to do more. Like, in this picture, she's wearing a unicorn on a dress. Half her hair is blonde and black. If I were to tell my mom, hey, come check out some Melanie Martinez content and react with me on the channel, she'd be like, we need to go to church. We're Pentecostal. But no, Melanie Martinez is like another artist who's one of one, in my opinion. There's no replicating. There's no duplicating. Like, she's it. And I have to stand her for that. Like, again, her music, Crybaby, K through 12, her EPs, After School. She gave us a freaking movie. Every music video has like weird choreo that she participates in. I would say she's in the league of like the Taylor Swifts, but make her like edgy. Like Melanie Martinez is that girl. I think I need y'all to understand that. We need to start reacting more to her content on the channel. But let's get into the honorable mentions. First up for honorable mentions is Normani, another artist who has acknowledged my existence. It was her Wild Side music video, I think, that I reacted to, and it was like trending on Twitter, and I did something and she like started laughing about it. But yes, Normani is an honorable mention. She's not one of my top 5 girlies because she hasn't dropped anything in like 5 years. And I know Rihanna hasn't either, but bitch, it's Rihanna. But Normani, I feel like this year could be her year, or just any of the upcoming years. She just has to drop something. I don't really know what's going on with that. I don't delve into the music industry that deep. But if she were to be consistently releasing stuff and participating, you know, doing a little campaign here and a brand deal here, get on my screen, where are you? I think she could really be one of those girls. Like, look at her. Be for real. After Normani, as an honorable mention, we have Ariana Grande. For Ariana Grande, I said, I love her voice, but her persona is too fickle. She plays into her eras, and then the theme is never to be seen again. And for this, I think I'm really talking about Seven Rings, because Homegirl was so urban, tan skin, bad bitch, watches was glistening. For her just to turn into like a ballet girl on Instagram a couple of years later. Like, I love a theme, but like, let that theme be authentic. I think she plays a lot into what's trendy and isn't authentically 100% herself. I think she profits off of, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I love Ariana Grande, I love her voice. I think she's an amazing artist. I have the Sweetener vinyl, but I think she is a bit fickle with who she wants to represent. Yeah. After that, my last honorable mention is We Gonna Fuck Up Tonight. We gonna fuck up Beyonce? Yes, I love Beyonce. It's just with Beyonce, I don't think I relate to her. I don't relate to her. I think if I were my age now, whenever she released Check Up On It, that would be my girl. I feel like Beyonce's music is a bit too mature for me. Like, if you couldn't tell by my list, I'm a very, like, basic-ass pop girl. And I love Beyonce, but I think her music, I just don't relate to it. Maybe within the next 5 years, or once I start to enter closer to 30 or in my 30s, I'll get it a bit more, but I don't think I've experienced the same stuff she has to, like, oh, I feel that. Oh, I relate to that. Ooh, the same way, like, Taylor Swift or Lana Del Rey can, not me saying I don't relate to Beyonce, but I relate to Lana Del Rey. Have you heard their lyrics? Anyway, I'm standing on what I just said. Beyonce's music is great. I just don't think I personally relate to what she talks about sometimes. Like, yeah, that being said though, Renaissance reaction coming. I've been seeing y'all's comments. This is what I tell you. If you want to get my attention, you got to be in my comment section, or you got to be on Instagram commenting on my photos, because that's the best way to hit me up, because I'm not really on any other social media other than that. And it's not like y'all can just text me or call me and be like, hey, I want this reaction. So you got to be on the comment section or on my Instagram. But yeah, people have been asking me, Favour, where's the Renaissance album? And I don't know, it just slipped away from me. Again, like I said, Beyonce is like someone I look up to, but she's not my girl. You know what I mean? So when Renaissance came out, there were like the poppin' songs that were like Cuff It. Of course I know that song. But aside from that, I wasn't like checking for the album. It's the truth. But yeah, I guess I'll do a Renaissance album reaction. I know it's gonna be different than the Beyonce I'm used to, because it's like electronic pop, and the Renaissance tour is probably gonna come up soon. So hell, if I like it, bitch, I might drop a bag on some tickets. Why not? Why not? Anyway, let me know what y'all thought of my top pop girly list. Did you agree? Were you surprised? Who are your top 5 pop girlies? Let me know down below. And also, I got a lot of comments about how I need to stop screaming, but I edited my mic, so now it shouldn't blast your eardrums. Let me know how it sounds, okay? Thank you for watching. Subscribe, follow me on Instagram. See you in the next one. Bye, bitch. Boo!